Hi everyone. So I am still reading the books from my TBR, but for some of the bigger ones I'm waiting for them to come on audio or for them to be available to me on Scribd, just because lately it's been a little bit easier to get through the books on audio, like taking a few chapters here and there in between actually reading the books. But there's also a manga readathon hosted by Manga Hoarder, I believe. And they have little challenges like read a new to you manga, reread one, stuff like that. So here I have Sailor Moon short stories. I bought this like a couple years ago and I never actually read it. I just kind of skimmed through it. That one's that's a little provocative of a picture there. And while it is written in English, obviously, because I wouldn't be able to read it if it's not, or if it wasn't, it is styled in traditional, like, as far as I know, traditional Japanese manga. So, like, we've got some cool pictures here. So, yeah, you would read it from this way, which would be backwards in American books. I noticed more manga lately, for the last few years, has gone back to that style. Like, they'll write in English, and at first it took me a while to really get it, because when I first started reading the Sailor Moon comics, like when I was a kid, they were done in American style, like left to right. This one right here is Sailor V, and this was, like an early concept and everything. Like, she was kind of doing Sailor V first, and then they wanted more characters or something like that, and or she, like, just kind of expanded on it. So this isn't Sailor Moon, this is Sailor V, which is Sailor Venus. And this is her comic, you know, about, like, how she became Sailor V, and, you know, because she was, Artemis is her cat. Like, if you watch Sailor Moon, you know that Luna found Sailor Moon, and Artemis found Sailor V. And Sailor V is, like, really cool. I went as Sailor V at Comic-Con one year. I also went... Okay. So, I only got to dress up twice. I wanted to do it more times, but we didn't get to go. So, one year, I dressed up as Sailor V, and the other year, I was Katniss. And this one, I can't honestly remember if I read this one. I was reading a bunch of these chibi vampires. I honestly do not know if it's chibi or chibi. But I think chibi is supposed to be like small or something in Japanese. And this one, it's a fun little vampire story. This is about like a European vampire family living in Japan, if I remember correctly. And she actually has like nosebleeds and everything, so she gives off blood more than she actually takes. And yeah, like I said, it's just kind of a mix of like vampire, creepy, spooky, and cute. It's more of a cute one. But I was reading them a few years ago. I really want to get back into reading them because they're just fun. So yeah, so I am reading those. I am also... Where is it? Because this one is a book that I unwrapped. So I read a couple... They have chapters in this. This is considered a comic book, but they do have chapters. I don't know. I'm not a comic expert. I'm like just getting into this stuff. But like I unwrapped, or you've seen me unwrap, is Marceline and the Scream Queens. I mentioned that I was getting into Adventure Time. I haven't seen a whole lot of it, but I've liked what I had seen. And these are just like, you know, shiny and brightly colored and stuff, and this is another fun one. I got back to Animal Farm because I kind of lost the book and then I found it again, and so I'm just a couple chapters away from finishing that one, which is ridiculous of how small it is. But when you read a bunch of books like I do, well, like I was almost done and then I misplaced a flippin' book. But I'm almost done with that one. I'm almost done with one called The Magician's Nephew, which is by Kate DiCamillo. I liked her other books, and I don't dislike this one, but I'm just not feeling it as much as Edward Tulane or Because of Winn-Dixie. I feel this is a book that, another one that could have been longer. I'm getting towards the end, and it's a good book. I mean, these are books for middle grades. But I don't know, I just feel like there could have been more to it. But I haven't finished the book yet, so I can't really judge too much. I've gotten to listening or re-listening to Mockingjay on audio. I mentioned before that I wasn't too crazy about the narrator. She's good. It's not that she's bad, but it just doesn't sound too believable for a character that's like under 18. But for some reason in this book, I'm not minding it too much. Maybe it's because the character, you know, has been through so much and she's like getting older. Maybe it just sounds and, you know, feels more realistic. I don't know. But that's not how she's supposed to sound. And it's not just because the narrator is older. How she sounds in the movie, after hearing what hearing the author read the first chapter and seeing how the character is supposed to sound, neither audio or the actual movie is correct. What else? Pretty soon I'll start Ready Player One. I haven't started that one yet. I'm hearing a lot of mixed things, so I'm very curious about it. Anyways, that is my reading update. See you guys later. Bye-bye.